Good morning and welcome back to my channel. My name is Taylor and today is going to be the second episode, or the third, of the IRL podcast. So I've decided that these updates about dating in real life is going to be called the IRL podcast. I think that is just a little bit easier than and less wordy than being like dating in real life. So that's what we're gonna call it. And I feel like I've got a pretty good episode here for you guys today. So don't forget to give the video a like. Subscribe to the channel for more content like this, and let's just hop into it. So the past 2 weeks have been a bit of a whirlwind. I actually went on a couple dates with someone who I thought had a lot of potential to be a future partner, only to have it fall through once again. I saw a scandal for a community event that I was planning on going to. I've been working out and reading more at home, not drinking, and seeing a ton of stuff about a winter ARC on my YouTube recommendation page. There's so much to dive into today. So yes, I went on a couple dates with somebody. They presented themselves as someone who was in touch with their emotions, who understands and is open to communication, someone who said they had intentions of cultivating a relationship with me, and ultimately we decided to no longer see each other. This person talked a lot about how they were pretty unplugged from their phone and don't text back very often. I told them that I would like to be updated about their day and, be told if they were busy and not going to be able to text back, so that I don't have to wonder whether or not they're ignoring me. They said that they would do this for me and that it was important to them that I feel important and prioritized. They also said that they liked that I communicated how I was feeling and what I needed. They set up this expectation that they would be putting in this effort, that I would be involved in their life. One night they went radio silent for over 12 hours, and the next day I asked them, what that was about. And they told me, well, I told you I was boring and unplugged from my phone. And I countered with, yes, but you set the expectation that you would let me know if you, were about to go ghost. You didn't, and that, hurts my feelings. To which the person said, you're right, I must not be ready for a relationship. Let's not see each other again. That's, the Cliff Notes version of what happened, but it really did hurt me, and that they couldn't live up to the expectations that they had set. One thing I'm working on within myself is not expecting too much of other people, but this was something that they said they would do, an expectation that they set for me to have of them, and then they couldn't even live up to that. And it really could have been as simple as, hey, phone's going on the charger, talk to you later. And they actively chose to not do that. And when I held them to the standard that they set, they just said, let's not see each other again. So this was my first time in a long time that I had met someone in person and had gone on a few dates with them. I had fun and felt like I could openly communicate how I was feeling, which is a sign that I am doing better than maybe I thought I was. While it is scary to advocate for what I needed, it made me feel good to express myself and made it easier to respect their decision to no longer continue things. I didn't feel the need to beg for them to see that I was enough, or that I'm so cool and so pretty and so awesome and why don't you see that? Which has been something I've felt the need to do in the past. This just goes to show that just because you meet someone in person does not mean it's a divine sign that they are the one. So, moving on to the next story. I was planning on going to a Strangers Meeting Strangers event on Thursday as a part of a 3-part meditation circle series. It was really vague, and on every single event listing, it was very different as to what this event was actually going to be. I had a friend send me their Instagram and was like, hey, the vibe seemed kind of cool with this. I saw that they were doing something in conjunction with a place that was super close to me. I was like, sure, let's go. I wanted to see what this was about. If it's presented as a community building event and place to go meet friends, a place to meet people. And I, thought it would be cool to be a part of a group that was doing something like that. A couple days ago, they reposted a woman's Instagram post, and so I checked it out. It was a woman sharing her experience going to an event where someone she had lived with and had previously been assaulted by also attended. When she went to the event organizers to express concern for this person being there, she, in her post, mentioned that she was dismissed and that her experiences were super brushed away. I looked over the comments on this post, and a lot of other people were saying how they had had bad experiences at this strangers meeting strangers thing, and how the event organizer, it ends up being kind of like an ego-stroking event for him. And I don't want to be associated with a space that doesn't believe victims or creates safe spaces for abusers. So I decided to unfollow this account and not attend the events that I signed up for. With no longer attending these events, I have been searching Facebook events to try and find other things to go to. On Monday, I went to a knit movie night at the Edina Theater that was in conjunction with Harriet and Lace and the Dandelion Yarn Stores. We watched the Witches of Eastwick, and it was super odd. It wasn't really a movie for me, but the experience was super fun, and I would for sure go to another event like that. Last week, I also did a lot. I went to the Swaco concert at Varsity Theater, Commander Night at the local card shop, and then I had 2 markets over the weekend, one Saturday and one on Sunday. I realized that this was way too much for me in 1 week. I was exhausted and felt like I was just like going. I like being busy, but not that busy. There's a Halloween celebration at Ute Pills Brewing tonight, actually, Friday when this is going live, that I am considering going to. This is the same place where the Queer Book Fair was. They plan on having like food trucks, vendors, and a movie showing of The Crow, which I've never seen. I think it could be a fun, chill Friday night, and I could also like bring my book and read there for a bit, or I could bring a whip. I also looked up their tap options. They have a few non-alcoholic beers, which I personally am not one for like the non-alcoholic like beer stuff, but they do have kombucha, which I do love. Like, I like non-alcoholic cocktails, mocktails, or I've also tried like alcohol-free champagne or wines and stuff. I like that stuff. The non-alcoholic beers are just like not my cup of tea, but they do have kombucha on tap, so I was like, oh, I could like, have that, bring a book, bring a whip, and, maybe socialize a little bit there. There was also another Halloween event going on at this place called Butch Hard Kombucha. It was like a dance party sort of thing. I thought that this would be cool to go to, but maybe if I had had like friends to go to it with. I don't want to go out to a bar and like drink alone. I want to be able to drive myself there, drive myself home, and not have any problems or worry about, putting myself in an unsafe situation. I kind of decided to forego that one. One thing too, I also know what the parking is like at the Ute Pills, and think that would make things easier for me. Sometimes around the city, parking can be kind of a wonky situation at different places. So going somewhere new when it's dark, not knowing what the parking situation is going to be like, I just thought, I should go to an at my own pace event where I know what the parking situation is like. I kind of already know the vibes of the place. And then I don't have any plans for Saturday. I really want to get some filming done. Maybe crochet a little bit. I'm supposed to be on a crochet break. Definitely broke that last night, but it's fine. It's fine. I'm feeling good. It's fine. On Sunday, I am going to the Pumpkin Spooktacular with my family at the Minnesota Zoo, and I'm super excited to be able to experience that with them. None of us, I don't think, have ever been. So I'm very excited for like a fun, nice weekend ahead of me. Next week, I do plan on going to Commander Night, and then that Butch Hard Kombucha place. They have trivia on Thursday nights, so I figured that might be kind of a fun thing to go to on Halloween. The following week is my birthday, and I have not thought that far ahead, if I'm being honest with you. In my last update, I said I wanted to go to my apartment gym 3 times to work out, and I'm glad to say that I have done that. I've really been enjoying working out and getting my body moving these past 2 weeks. I've been doing a mix of different things, including inline walking on the treadmill, short circuit workouts, and some Zumba-style workouts on YouTube by MadFit. I'm excited to continue this fitness workout routine. I think I'm going to try to at least 3 times a week work out. That would be a good goal for me. And then if I do more some weeks, that's great, but not expected at this point. Treadmill walking is also great for me to get some audiobook listening in. It's been getting colder here, but I want to remember that soon it will be too cold to walk outside. So I definitely need to prioritize going outside and walking while I still can. So I've been seeing a ton of videos on YouTube about a winter arc, and I kind of wanted to discuss this with you guys. From what I understand, a winter arc is where you lock in for the rest of the year and really prioritize your eating healthy and workout habits. I think this is a great process to start your new habits now, so that's not overwhelming when the new year hits and you're trying to figure it out while everyone else is trying to figure it out. However, I think these motivational videos and tips and tricks are just that. It can serve as a great jumping off point, but unless you sit with yourself and figure out your why, this spurt of motivation dies off as quickly as the video ends. And a lot of people online, they talk about oh, you need to find your why, without really diving deeper or giving tips and tricks on how to ask yourself the right questions. And I don't think that this is a problem with those influencers. I just think, we hear the same thing over and over and over again, and then people kind of regurgitate it. So I've been thinking about what my winter arc will be and what those words and actions mean to me. For myself, it's about focusing inward. I've been eating really well since moving here and starting to work out more in my routine. And I really don't want to overwhelm myself with more of either of those things. I want to focus on inside me, doing more daily affirmations and gratitudes, read the books that I have, and crochet with the yarn I have. I want to cultivate my space into something that I'm really proud of. I really want to hang up more of the art that I have, which means buying command hooks, which I was pretty against when I first moved in, but now I'm just I'm sick of looking at these beige walls. I think the winter can be a really hard time for a lot of people, but treating yourself with love and compassion while striving for your goals is really important. I did fall off reading all about love, but the past few days I have gotten back into it, and I wanted to share my thoughts on some things that I have read. So, overconsumption and the need for love are inherently linked. Because many of us do not experience love in our lives, we feel the need to fill the emptiness with our stuff. I know that I have experienced this before, where in times of great distress and lack of love, I have found myself over-shopping for yarn to fill the void, as a way to feel happier with my situation. It's not fun, and it's definitely not good for my bank account. And I've noticed since moving here, I find myself shopping more intentionally, and the compulsions for shopping have dwindled a lot. Doesn't mean it doesn't happen, but it feels really good to not feel like I'm at the whim of these feelings, these emotions. I feel this coincides with experiencing more fulfilling relationships with my family and friends, since I am able to, see them more often. In history books, we read a lot about all these great people who enacted change, and we wish that we could be like that. We see ourselves as separate from the people in history, when in reality we are living in history right now, and we have the power to be people who enact change, and should see ourselves as powerful enough to do this, whether or not it will be recognized by the history books. What we do right now matters. And the last point from the book, love from friendships is just important as romantic love. There is no special love that is set aside from romantic partners. Isolating yourself in a romantic relationship only leads to loneliness that can be a breeding ground for abuse to take place. Rule of thumb, if you wouldn't accept this behavior from a friend, you should not accept it from a partner. So some of my goals before we speak again. So I want to continue doing daily affirmations and gratitudes. I did fall off of that a little bit. Had a work trip. I've been pretty busy, so I want to be able to do those more again. I want to finish All About Love and start Men Are From Mars, Women Are From Venus, and I want to have a great birthday. I am going to, I'm probably going to be talking a lot about it and what I want to do through vlogs and different videos on this channel, but I'm so excited for my 27th birthday. As we get older, especially since I am not married, I feel like all I have to get the people I love together to celebrate me is only on my birthday. Maybe that's selfish of me to say, but if you think about it, everybody else, they get baby showers and weddings and bridal parties and bachelorette parties and all this stuff. And that's great that they get that, but I don't have that right now. All I have right now is my birthday. And so right now that is super sacred to me. So those are all the stories that I have for you today. Let me know in the comments below what you think of this. My next update will actually come in late November. I have a different video planned for the day of my birthday, which would actually have been the next 2-week update. I hope that you guys really liked this style. I feel it was much more cohesive than the first update. Let me know what you think in the comments. Don't forget to give the video a like and subscribe to the channel to follow on this super fun journey. I love you guys so much. Bye.